Hey friends, it's Grace Redman. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Real Talk, where today I am going to talk about inspired action. For so many years, as I studied the law of attraction and the secret, there was a principle called inspired action. And we shouldn't take action until we felt inspired. And I've come to realize that for us to create the life and business we're excited to wake up to, and for us to live an elevated life, we need to take action regardless if we feel inspired or not. Because if we wait to feel inspired to take action, we're not going to take action. Because let me tell you, how often are you really inspired to get to the gym in the morning? How often are you really inspired to make those business development calls? How often are you really inspired to eat healthy? How often are you really inspired to go for a walk? Let's be honest. I'm not inspired to do any of those things most of the time. However, for us to create the lives and businesses that we're excited to wake up to, we get to take action even if we're not inspired. It's because in taking that action, we create momentum. And believe it or not, in taking that action, not only do we create momentum, it also helps us create confidence. And I love that YouTube video of, I believe, the colonel in the military who does a whole speech about waking up and making your bed. Because when you make your bed in the morning, that is an action. You've completed something, and that sets the tone for your day and it gives you confidence. It's amazing how true that is. And so, although I definitely believe that we create our lives, we're all manifesting. All of us are manifesting and creating the lives that we live, and we're creating and manifesting from the action we take, from the thoughts we have. So if we're waiting to be inspired to take action, we're really not going to get much done. It's in the discipline, in the commitment, and in the consistency of those actions is when things begin to compound. And not only do our actions, compound and help create our reality, also, when we take action, we're telling the universe that we're creating momentum, and we're telling the universe that we're serious about our vision. And look, I mean, there's going to be days that you really don't want to take action and you do anyway. And there are going to be those moments where you do feel inspired and you do have that energy. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, once you start taking action, it builds the confidence. In that confidence, you get those dopamine hits, and then you begin wanting to take it because then start getting addicted to the results. I remember several years ago when I was really frustrated and I felt like quitting, this big project that I had been working on for so long. My coach said, the only way that you're going to fail is if you quit. So I want that to resonate. The only way you're going to fail is if you quit. So when we keep going towards our vision, the only reason we won't accomplish what we want is if we quit, because it's law. It is law. Now, I want to go back to the word fail. There really is no failure. It's feedback. We don't fail, we learn. But I do want to emphasize that most people quit before they have their breakthrough, before whatever they're working on just comes to fruition. That's really um I don't know if it's a problem, but that's really where people's dreams die, is because they give up. That's one of the reasons people's dreams die, is because they give up before they have the breakthrough. And so one thing that I think will help in taking action is think about what your goal is. Like, what is it that you want to accomplish? I'm actually going to use one of my colleagues as an example. Recently, she went to the doctor and she was told that she would have to go on cholesterol medication and high blood pressure medication unless she made lifestyle changes to really drastic lifestyle changes to not have to take those medications. And she had she really wasn't inspired to go to the gym or to eat healthy, but her why, like she didn't want to be on the medication. So her why was big enough to get her disciplined enough to get into the gym and eat healthy. And in a matter of less than a year, she took her BMI from 33 down to 23. Now, do you think that she was inspired every day to do that? No, she wasn't. But she set the intention and made a commitment to herself, and she achieved her goal and more. And with her achieving her goal and more, what happened was other opportunities started to present themselves, and now she is living a life that she never even imagined possible. So, friends, it's Grace Redman. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you here at Real Talk. If you've been inspired by what you're hearing and you're ready to take things to the next level, I would be honored to work with you. If you're a leader or entrepreneur ready to soar, I offer one-on-one coaching to help you create a business and life of freedom that you are excited to wake up to. And if you're craving something more intimate, I offer a personal VIP day that includes deep dive coaching, a nature walk, and an early dinner. I promise you will leave just feeling rejuvenated. If this speaks to you, please reach out and let's do this together. You can find me at www.graceredman.com. Now, back to the program. I am a huge believer that we absolutely can live the elevated life. We can create lives and businesses we're excited to wake up to. And we definitely need to take action. We don't wait for the inspired action. And most importantly, what is the story that you're telling yourself? Because it's always, always tied to our belief system, the stories. The reason that we stay stuck is because of the story. And so if you're finding it difficult to take action on something that is important for you, ask yourself, what's stopping me? Like, what is stopping me from taking action? And when you ask yourself that question, typically the belief will come up, or the story you tell yourself is going to come up, and you're going to recognize, wow, what's stopping me is this story that I have, this belief that I have that isn't even true. So once we gain awareness to the story, that helps us take that first step towards the action. And so, again, I believe that sure, it would be great to be inspired every time that we take action, but I just, in my experience, I did not find that to be true. Does it feel good to be inspired to take action? Absolutely. But I found that if we wait until we're inspired, we're not going to create the lives and businesses that we desire. It's just not going to happen. Another thing I want to touch on is I know that we're most of us are creating from a place of fear, myself included. I created incredible success from a place of fear, which doesn't always feel good. And we are told that let's move from a place of fear into faith, into flow. And I totally agree with that. I prefer to create from a place of faith, from a place of flow, as opposed to a place of fear. Now we're human, right? And our mind is wired to focus on the negative, to focus on the fear as a way to keep us safe. And so if you're finding yourself taking that action plus from a place of fear, I want to let you know that it's okay. Just having that awareness that, hey, I'm taking this action. And it is coming from a place of fear because I'm afraid if I don't take the action, like I might not get healthy. I'm afraid if I don't take the action that my business might implode. It's okay to take the action from a place of fear as long as you have the awareness. And then you can begin transforming your thought and setting the intention to wanting to take the action from a place of faith, from a place of flow. And so I just want to let you know that you are exactly where you need to be. None of us need to be perfect. This process of creating the life and business we love isn't perfect. We are going to be in a place of fear. We can move into a place of faith and flow. And if you're not in that place of faith and flow 100% of the time, guess what? That's normal. You're human. We can't be in that space 100% of the time. And as long as we're setting the intention and we're aware and we're taking those, actions each day, you're going to start creating space for yourself. So, my question to you is, what is an action that you know that you need to take on a consistent and committed basis to reach one of your desired results? One. Two, when you think of that action, what is the story you're telling yourself about taking the action? Because we are really good at coming up with a lot of excuses. And guess what? It's an excuse. If there is something that you want, you can absolutely, absolutely do it. I have seen some incredible miracles and people who have come from very dark, challenging places create just incredible, incredible lives and businesses, including myself. And I'm still a work in progress. So I love you. Thank you for listening and watching. You don't have to wait for inspired action to take action. Take the action. The action is what creates the momentum. It creates our confidence, and it's okay to take action from a place of fear. Be aware of it and slowly start moving start moving yourself into a place of faith and flow. And we're all works in progress. This is not a race to perfection. It's a race for feeling fun or feeling fulfilled and having fun and feeling joy. I think most of us have chased and hustled and grinded for so long. Let's change the narrative. Let's start focusing on the joy and the fun and the passion, and you'll be amazed what we're going to be able to create and manifest when we're not so focused on the chase. So I love you. Definitely take action, and I'll see you next time.